Happy bye week, Michigan fans, and welcome to this week's Big Ten betting lines. Even though Michigan is off this week, there are still some interesting games going on in the conference. I'm hoping to do better than my 34 record from last week, putting me at 24-19 overall for the year. I'm actually a horrid 0-4 when it comes to games this year. Luckily for me, Michigan doesn't play this week, so there is no way I can make it worse. Play along and see if you can do better than yours truly. Odds are you can. Buys Michigan, Purdue, Nebraska at Illinois line Nebraska 6.50 U47. The explicit show of the week in the Big Ten comes on Friday night this week, getting it out of the way early just the way I like it. This is such a horrible game. If Illinois is the dumpster fire in the Big Ten right now, then Nebraska is the garbage that is in that flaming dumpster. Throwing 2 pick sixes against Northern Illinois at home is a monstrosity. Losing to Northern Illinois at home is even more of a monstrosity. Beating Rutgers last week by just 10 points puts the icing on the cake. Illinois is coming off a bye, but got absolutely smacked 2 Fridays ago against Southern Florida. The Big Ten, collectively, is a pretty good conference, but the bottom tier of the conference is horrendous. With all of that said, I think Nebraska pulls out the win in a low-scoring game. Pick under 47 Northwestern at number 10 Wisconsin line Wisconsin 15 OU51. Northwestern has been the most polarizing team in the conference by far. Week 1 11-point win against Nevada. Week 2 24-point loss at Duke. Week 3 42-point win against Bowling Green. This team confuses me with each passing week. Wisconsin, however, has practically dominated every team it has played this year. The Badgers have been the same consistent team week in and week out, a hard-nosed, tough and physically draining football team. I expect the same to happen this weekend at Camp Randall. Pick Wisconsin 15 Maryland at Minnesota line Minnesota 10.50 U45. Maryland is now down to its third-string quarterback after backup Cassim Hill tore his ACL last weekend against UCF. And things do not get easier for the Terps as they have to visit the Minnesota Golden Gophers this weekend, a team that is about as hot as any team in the conference. Minnesota has won each of its 3 games by double digits. The Gophers won 5 games by double digits last year total. Now they are favored by double digits yet again at home against a banged-up Maryland team. Minnesota obviously won't blow out opponents all year, but I think this has a chance to be another double-digit win for PJ Fleck and company. Pick Minnesota 10.5 Indiana at number 4 Penn State line Penn State 17 OU66. Look, we all know how good of a team Penn State is. The Nittany Lions had a miraculous comeback victory against Iowa last weekend in Kinnick Stadium. But all that aside, Indiana is sadly overlooked in this game. Indiana has the 5th-ranked scoring offense in the Big Ten right now, with Penn State holding down the 3rd spot. The Hoosiers are capable of putting up a lot of points this year, something we have not been able to say for quite some time. They have blown out opponents in their 2 wins, and got blown out by Ohio State in the 4th quarter, making it a one-sided looking score. I don't think Indiana wins, but I do think plenty of touchdowns will be scored. Pick over 66 Iowa at Michigan State line Michigan State 3.50 OU45 from one game that will probably feature plenty of touchdowns to a game that probably won't. I'm kind of surprised Michigan State is favored in this game considering how horribly they looked against Notre Dame and how well Iowa fared against Penn State. I believe this game will be a classic Big Ten football game. Defense, defense, defense. That makes my pick quick and simple. Pick under 45 number 11 Ohio State at Rutgers line Ohio State 29.50 OU52. Let's end on a fun note, shall we? An epic announcer's voice. Michigan's biggest rival, and a school who belongs in the MAC, go head-to-head this weekend as the Ohio State Buckeyes travel to a place where Michigan put up 78 points last season to take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. That sentence up above is about as exciting as the game is going to get. Hey, Vegas, come on now. This game will be over by halftime. Pick Ohio State 29.5.